Let's go Dynamo, y'all. Hello everyone, Shawl here, and I'm back to share some yarn goodness with y'all today. Okay, so let's get on to clue number 1. I am making the Go Dynamo shawl designed by Stephen West, and of course it is the mystery knit along. I've already done an intro video to my knit along with the colors and my plans and stuff like that, so definitely check that out. And also I'm going to create a playlist so you can find all of the MKAL stuff in the same playlist, and I'll link that. Let's see, I think I'll link that at the end of the video. Okay, so I've started on clue 1. Starting was the hardest part because if you all did see my intro video, I have not had like the start that I wanted to. I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, and so, you know, I'm feeling pretty good today. Still dealing with a little bit of back pain, but you know, it comes and goes, and I just record videos on my good days, and today's been pretty good. But anyway, so let's talk about clue 1. Now, clue 1 is broken down into 3 different sections. So we have the clue 1 section 1, then we have the clue 1 section 2, and section 2 is then further broken down into other sections. And so it's broken down into the garter stitch stripes 1, garter stitch stripes 2, and garter stitch stripes 3. Try saying that 10 times. But yeah, so section 2 is broken down into like 3 further sections. And then you have, oh, there's a garter stitch number 4 as well. So section 2 has 4 different garter sections as well. So yeah, and also then there is clue 1 section 3, and so I'm so happy to share with you all. We'll see how far I get. I definitely don't think I'm going to get through all of clue 1, especially in this video. I am just going to upload as I get through the clues. So section 1 has like a ton of knitting. It has like 3 sections, and then those sections are broken down. So we'll see how far with clue 1 I actually get to today. But you know what, y'all? I am embracing my pace, okay? That is what the designer Stephen West encouraged us to do. And that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. Several of the clues have come out already, but hey, I'm going to embrace my pace, and I'm going to do this. So let me show you all. Oh, spoiler. Of course, I imagine, like, if you clicked on this video, do you really need a spoiler alert? Like, you know what this video is going to be about, right? Okay. So here is my first semicircle, and I have to do 3 of these. And I'll remind you that the yarn I'm using is Cascade Heritage Sock, and it is in the plum color and also the mauve mist. These are the colors that I am using. I also have a mohair that I'm going to be using, but I don't think I'm going to start that until clue 1. So I haven't even wound that up yet. Hadn't even thought about it. So this is my first semicircle, and the texture is so squishy. I love it. And of course, I do have a stitch marker to mark the right side of the work because that is very important. And yeah, so that's what my back side is looking like. And so I am using my Chiaogu needles with the 5-inch tip. And so for this particular section, Stephen calls for a 30-inch cable. Y'all, a 30-inch cable is way too long for these semicircles, okay? So what I did was I switched it out to a 14-inch cable. Now, of course, I'm assuming at some point we are going to join these semicircles together. And then, of course, you know, I'll switch to the longer needle. But it was just way too cumbersome to work with a 30-inch needle or a 30-inch cable when you only have like 95 stitches. So no. I was like, y'all, we are not doing that. And going back to these yarns, they are 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. So it's a really good mix. And in terms of the needle size, I'm using a US 4, which is a 3.5 millimeter. Okay, so y'all, I did not gauge swatch. However, Stephen did say that we could use our semicircle as a gauge swatch. And so now that I've done this much, I can look at it and gauge swatch. But y'all, it's a shawl. Is gauge swatching really that important? I mean, if you're test knitting a shawl, like, yes, it is super important, but you know, not if it's just for yourself. But anyway, this is my first semicircle, and I'm so excited, y'all. I'm really, really excited. And what I'm loving is that Stephen said that both your main color and your contrasting color are going to be used equally throughout the pattern. So that really takes out a lot of the guesswork of choosing your colors. And for me, my main color is the Mauve Mist. And my contrasting color is this dark plum. And so it's looking really good. And yeah. So I am following along in his videos. And the videos are really, really helpful. But the thing is, Stephen knits continental. And so sometimes, like, for me as an English flicker, sometimes the videos are like, oh, what do I do? But what's amazing is that, so after he demonstrates a skill with his way of continental knitting, he'll go back and demonstrate the skill using English knitting. Now, that's great, but I'm an English flicker, so I kind of knit a little bit differently than both of those techniques. So if you are following along, just keep that in mind. Think about what style of knitter you are. But what's so great is that Stephen, he really thinks about like both types of knitters. And so, you know, he'll demonstrate it in continental, and then he'll demonstrate it in the traditional English throwing technique. So I really like that. But the tutorials have been extremely, extremely helpful. The only thing I have to remember is when he's doing his video is that I have to keep up with like his contrasting color and my contrasting color and my main and his main. And that way when he picks up his color, I'm like, okay, I should pick up my color. So I have to remember that his main color in the video is the orange. So then I pick up my mauve. And then he has like this white sparkly yarn. When he picks that up, I pick up my dark plum. And so that's kind of like how I remember how to do that. So let's talk about this weaving Stephen, okay? Y'all, the weaving Stephen is not for me, okay? I tried it. I really did try it. I just couldn't get it. And the thing about the weaving Stephen that's great is that it helps you to carry the yarn, so you don't have to like have all these ends. But really, to me, it only helps save like 2 ends, which, you know, I can weave in. But the weaving Stephen is great because you can weave those ends in as you go. And of course you are, every few rows you're switching between the main color and the contrasting color. And you just carry it up the sides. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. You just carry it up the sides. So it's not that difficult. But if you are doing the MKAL, let me know. Are you doing the weaving Stephen? Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, I tried it and I was like, I'm already behind in this knit along, so I need to go ahead and just do it like the quickest, most efficient way that that I know how to do it. And plus, y'all, like, I don't mind weaving in ends. Like, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. Y'all, I have been working on this semicircle all morning, and I know it does not look like a lot. It really does not look like a lot. But this is a lot of knitting just for this one little thing. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get out, get a little bit of fresh air. The yarn husband and I have some errands that we need to run. And so we're going to go out and get some breakfast, a late breakfast. And then we're going to chill a little bit. And then I will update you all a little bit later on my progress. My Anchor summer shirt. It is designed by Petite Knit. I did an entire video all about it, so you can definitely go check that video out if you want to know about my yarn choice and sizes and needle gauge and all of that stuff. But if you have not checked out that video, here's a preview. I've got 2 finished projects. Yay! And this is my first raglan sweater. The colorway is called Mauve or Mauve, however you say it. This hat can be knit in 1 hour. Y'all, I have been working my butt off on these semicircles, okay? And so I wanted to share my progress with you all. And so what I've done is I've put all 3 semicircles on 1 piece of try-on tubing. And I'm hoping that'll work out when it's time to join them. And I'm going to secure the ends because I don't want any of these stitches popping off. Okay, so they're nice and secure. So this is semicircle number 1. They're super bunched out, y'all. They're super bunched up. But anyway, that's semicircle number 1. And then, of course, we have number 2. Right there. And then we have the lovely number 3. Like so. And so somehow these are all going to come together and make something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious as to how this is going to lay out. Let me see if I can get these together. I mean, right now, kind of looking like this, but then it's like, I don't know where we're gonna go from here, but it's exciting. It's super exciting. And yeah, it's really exciting. And the yarn, this is my first time using Cascade Heritage yarn. I don't know why I can't say that, but this is my first time using this yarn, and y'all, it's amazing. And I'm not really one to use a whole lot of fingering weight yarn just because I like thicker yarns, but this is amazing. I mean, if you're looking for a fingering weight yarn, sock weight yarn, I highly recommend this Cascade Heritage. Like, it is super squishy, it's super soft, and it's just a really good yarn. It feels great when you're knitting with it. So yay, highly recommend this yarn. And so I talked to you a little bit earlier about my cables, but now that all 3 are together, I'm thinking if the next step is to combine these, then I will have to switch out for the 30-inch cable no, actually, it's a 40-inch cable, but my plan is when it gets to the point where I have like hundreds and hundreds of stitches on the on the on the cable, my plan is, so I'll have my 30-inch cable. I have my 5-inch tips. And so all of that together equals 40 inches. I feel like that will be enough, but for whatever reason, if it's not, then I'll just go on Amazon and buy a 40-inch cable. I've already got it in like my my save for later list, so I can order that if I need to, and hopefully it'll get here in a couple of days. But I'm hoping that if I just switch out the 14-inch cable with the 30-inch cable, I should be good to go. So that is what I am hoping for. So one thing that I have noticed, like, I have never done color work. I've never done mosaic knitting. I've never done any of that. And so what I'm finding is that it is a little bit awkward to work with 2 balls of yarn at the same time. And it's not even really like at the same time. It's just that you're working with one ball. So what do you do with the other ball? And then what happens if they keep wrapping around each other and all that stuff? So what I'm finding is I have my active ball of yarn. And usually when I'm knitting, my yarn bowl is on my right. And so what I'll do is I will keep my active color on the right side. And then I'll take my other color that I'm not using at the moment and place it on the left. And that way I keep the yarn separated from each other. That has helped a lot. It's taken me a little bit to get the technique down pat, but that's helped a lot. And when I turn, I just make sure I turn in a way where the colors, where the yarn isn't gonna like overlap and crisscross with each other. And so keeping the 2 balls separated is probably like the most important thing, because I am carrying the yarn up the side of the side of the shawl. So that is something that I definitely had to learn. And since I've never done like stranded color work or anything like that, I really don't have that muscle memory. But yeah, it's another new skill to learn. And I think that's why people like doing these MKALs, because you learn all these new skills. And like from the second row, I had already learned a new skill. I mean, that's incredible. So that's been really fun, and I've been really enjoying that. But the pattern is really, really well written, really well written. And I mentioned, there is the video tutorial. So basically what I did was I printed out the pattern, but to help me get started, I did watch the video. And once I had figured out how to read the written instructions and stuff like that, I kind of left off watching the video. But now as I get ready to go into section 2, I am going to start watching the video again. But for section 1, once I had kind of figured out the first semicircle, I was able to actually take the written pattern with me and follow along with it that way. And so, yeah, if you haven't started the MKAL, like, go for it. The video tutorials are wonderful. And I will say, like, as I mentioned before, the motto for this shawl is to embrace your pace. And I think it's great. Like, ideally, I would have loved to been able to keep up with each clue each week. That was my plan. I had every day mapped out. I was going to finish clue 1 by the next Thursday, and then clue 2 by the next, and then by the time clue 4 gets here, I'll be done with clue 3. That was my plan. Things didn't go my way, but what I am noticing, and I'm trying not to watch spoilers. I'm really trying not to like look at spoilers or anything like that. I will say, now that like clue 3 has already come out, I mean, I kind of already know what it's going to look like, but I'm glad that I know what it looks like, because y'all, I saw clue 3 and I love the direction that this shawl is going in. Like, I am excited to get to Clue 3. I think it's really, really cool. So, yeah, I haven't seen Clue 4 yet, but Clue 3 looks awesome. And so, yeah, but I'm enjoying it. I'm just enjoying it. I take it with me. And one thing that I don't want to happen is it's like I'm so busy trying to race against the clock and stay up late and stress about finishing one clue before the next clue comes out. And I think that will like stress me out. And so I'm actually happy that I am, you know, embracing my pace and not trying to keep up with it. Maybe next year I'll be able to keep up with it a little bit better. But I have to remember that this make-along is not a race, okay? You're just knitting yourself a shawl. And of course you get to knit it along with other people. And so, yeah, if you would like to start the MKAL today, while Clue 3 and Clue 4 are already out, go for it. I think you'll like it. Like, the knitting has not been difficult at all. Now, I am still on Clue 1. Clue 2 seemed like it's, you know, pretty nice, but Clue 3 looked like it was a bit of a doozy. But anyway, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm still on Clue 1. When I come back, I am going to start on Clue 1, Section 2 and 3. So in my next MKAL update, I will be showing you all my progress for Clue 1, Section 2 and 3. Because Clue 1 is a lot. Clue 1 is a lot of knitting. And it's interesting that, you know, I don't know, maybe he was trying to just like break it down, you know, and keep it with 4 clues. Maybe that's why it's so much knitting in the first clue. But hopefully I can be able to do Clue 3 and Clue 2 and Clue 3 all together. But I don't know. I don't know. That's part of the mystery, right? That's part of the mystery. You don't know. You don't know. And so, but anyway, in my next video, I will show you all my progress with the other half of Clue 1. So let me know if you are doing the MKAL, or are you someone that's just watching everybody else's progress. If you are doing the MKAL, let me know what clue you're on. I would love to know. So yeah, let me know what you watched, or if you're watching me, let me know what you worked on while you watch, or did you just chill? I love reading you all's comments. I really do appreciate it. I've probably got some comments that I need to respond to now, so I need to get on that. But thank you all so much for clicking that like button and that notification bell. I really appreciate it. Also, check out my YouTube community tab. I ask a lot of fun questions there. And yeah, thank you all so much for supporting my channel. The Ravelry Wishlist has been so much fun, and you all are supporting me through Ko-Fi and the membership, and just thank you. Thank you so much. This year has been so crazy that I really appreciate the little wins in life, even more so now than like ever. So yeah, but anyway, before we start getting all sappy, I'm gonna let y'all go. So until next time, bye.